welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new installment of the ME Show. My name is Ali Madawi, your host with the avocado toast. And boy, oh boy, I got a good one for you today where purpose meets platform. And we give entrepreneurs the tools, stories, and strategies to dominate in their lane. Today's episode is loaded with talent, gifts, and accolades. It's one of those episodes where you're going to want to lean in because I'm joined by two absolute powerhouses who are not only reimagining how we build wealth, wellness, and freedom, all in the palm of your hand. So if you are not driving, definitely lean in. If you're driving, do not touch that cell phone. First up, he is the kind of leader that turns vision into momentum, a 30-year veteran of direct marketing, entrepreneurship, and team building. This man has helped tens of thousands create income from home long before it was even a cool thing to talk about. He's launched companies, scales movements, and built teams that are literally still thriving decades later. He believes that wealth means nothing if you're not using it to make an impact. He's the CEO and founder of xosialX and the architect behind the new wave of affiliate empowerment, Stuart Finger. Sir, welcome to the show. We are so excited to have you in here. But before we jump on his right or by his side, wherever you may be seeing him or listening to him, this man is what you would consider a revenue genius, a man who's been a strategic force in both public and private companies, known for driving profitability, build global marketing engines, and positioning brands for dominance. He's the global marketing director of CTFO Inc. and the brilliant mind behind the product and positioning power that helped 4 Seconds to Forever become a #1 seller on Amazon in 4 categories, including skincare and nanotechnology. He is a corporate strategist, an author, and a powerhouse. David, they are Cangelo. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. I am so excited to have you both. How are we doing today?
Awesome.
Great.
Right on. First and foremost, I know a lot of times people hear the accolades and the backgrounds and the stories, and they're like, I can never relate. You were made, born ready for success. I would love, and we can start with you, Stuart. If I hear a little bit about how did the entrepreneurial journey come about? Was there always the entrepreneur, or you had to graduate yourself into it?
No, it was quite the journey, actually. I remember being in high school, having my first job at a fast food place. And after 3 weeks, they fired me because I couldn't mop. And I was like, I didn't know you could get fired from fast food. And I went home and told my parents, hey, I didn't really get fired. I got promoted because I begged for a job at a gas station in between. And I said I got promoted to the oil industry. And I remember thinking, as long as they didn't make me mop, I'd be fine. 3 weeks later, they pulled out the mops and buckets and said, hey, mop these islands. And I said, no, I quit. I don't want to do that. And my parents said, then you need to own your own business. And I've owned my own business ever since. I'm 59 years old, just about 60, and I haven't had a job since I was 16.
Congratulations, Mr. David. I'd love to hear the story behind the story, because again, a lot of people hear the accolades, the books, and the success that you've created. Where did it all begin? Was there always a David, or did it have to be fighting Goliath first?
Well, thank you. I share Stu's story. It was an amazing one. And but mine is really straightforward. You know, I grew up in a big Italian family, a lot of love, no money, but character, honesty, integrity. Went to college and then played sports. From sports is what really gave me the background on, you know, leadership, focus, concentration, have a goal, have a plan, follow the plan. And along the way, I just did a lot of things that were outside of the box. I got my first job was with a Carnation Company, and I didn't like it because I didn't like the manager. I thought he talked about other people. So I knew it was just a question of time before he talked behind my back. So I put an ad in the Wall Street Journal, 27-year-old entrepreneur seeks right-hand position to entrepreneur, developer, or investor. My strength is my strength. My strength is my presentation. And I ended up going to work for one of the largest cattle ranchers in the United States and flying around on his private aircraft for a couple of years. And so along the way, just a lot of good things, meet a lot of good people. You know, you judge a man by the people that they spend their time with. I've known Stu for a long time. Stu and I have tremendous friends, and we've been in business together on and off as well. So I'm happy to be here and looking forward to a big future.
Love it, love it, love it. Stuart, I'd love to start by asking you a quick question on what is xosialX and what inspired its creation as a platform.
Sure. And I have to tell you, it didn't just happen overnight. It's been created over many, many years. And I believe what xosialX is the perfect home to bring people together. We help people with their health and their wealth, which is the perfect marriage. If you lose your health, you're not going to care about your wealth. But if you're always worried about your finances, it's a proven fact. It can make you physically ill. So we believe we have the perfect home for someone that wants to take control of their future. And we give them all the tools they need so they can succeed, both health-wise and wealth-wise. So that's basically what it is in a nutshell.
And you've spent 30 years already helping people earn from home. What made you now say this is the right time for me to go pedal to the metal and 10x with a platform like xosialX?
Well, a lot of people that know me know I never wanted to own my own company. I just wanted to be an associate or a distributor in someone else's, let them have all the headaches. But I couldn't find a place where the owners wouldn't do anything crazy to us, either change the way we got paid or lessen the quality of the product so they could be more profitable. So I said, okay, if I can't find one of those companies, I'll have to create one. And it wasn't, like I tell people, I'm not a businessman that was looking to start a company for profit. I'm a network marketer in our industry that just wanted a safe place to, call home and be able to build the business and work with people. So that's kind of how it happened. It wasn't the plan. It just came together.
You remind me of a business partner of mine, and we were so upset with one of those deals that ended up being a timeshare setup. We're like, man, we don't appreciate. It's like, hey, we want to give you, and we went forward to do business with a company, but it was a whole setup just to get us to sit in a presentation of a timeshare. So we said we're going to create a travel company that does not do timeshares, and we've gone after. So I appreciate the positive rebel that you become. That's a phenomenal thing to do. David, from your marketing playbook, if you will, how does xosialX challenge that traditional affiliate or influencer model? How does it disrupt a space that's been around for 80, 90 years, but we are trying to do it in a different and a better way? Talk to me about that mindset of yours on that.
Well, we just launched the renewed company, and I'll call it renewed. I'll call it just a revolutionary change in an industry that this industry is fresh for change. Stu is just a big part of all of it. He's a comp plan person. He came up with something called X Plan. And it's not the old compensation plans. It's a new evolutionary, something like that, innovators would use to be able to come into an industry. They just want to make some money. They don't want to be tied down. They don't want to have to do things. They want to have fun, make a difference, have fun, and make money. So I just think that the X Plan, and then we came out with you're only as good as the product, because the pay plan, people want compelling product. They want to be paid what they're really worth. And they want people get into business with people they can trust. That's a 5-letter word called trust. There's nothing that substitutes for it. So that's what we did, and the technology side of it. I started in marketing. Evelyn Monroy is the director of marketing. Currently, I am a chief product innovator. We came up with 2 products with some great ideas from some other people, and I spearheaded the technology side of that with a phenomenally gifted group. We came out with a nano encapsulation technology, which basically we took glutathione and mangosteen. We nano encapsulated it down into ultra pure lipids with a proprietary technology, patent pending. And then they said to me, they called up and they said, we did it. Because they would call up and they would say, oh, we can't do it. I said, no, you can do it. This is what you do. They would call me back, then we go, we're stuck again. I said, well, here's what we're going to do. But the reality was, when the last phone call I got was, what do you want? Should we put it into a capsule? Should we put it into a powder? How should we do it? I said, no, we're doing none of that. We're going to mist it onto the soft tissue of your mouth. It goes directly through the soft tissue into your bloodstream in as little as 4 seconds.
Wow.
It gets to the liver in as little as 15 seconds. And in 2 minutes, it's in as little as 2 minutes throughout your entire body. Our product glutathione, mangosteen with the nanotechnology. And it's absolutely amazing. Last thing I'll say to you is, why is it so compelling? Why do we know it's getting there? Because it's all thanks to your heart. Your heart pumps 100,000 times a day, 2,000 gallons of your blood with our product in it, circling throughout your body 12,000 miles. That's a compelling proposition that people love. And it's the only time in this industry where they're getting more of what they paid for.
I love that. Give me some. I am ready to go. Give me some. I'm ready to go. Stuart, David mentioned earlier the compensation plan, the X plan, if you will. Let's talk about the platform. What tools, what features, and revenue pathways does xosialX offer for users and even consumers who want to maybe refer a handful of people all the way around that want freedom, but simplicity. I know, there was a thing that I was looking at a couple of months ago, and I told the gentleman, look, there's a difference between a compensation plan and a complicated plan, and what you have is complicated. So talk to us about the simplicity of the X plan.
No, I would love to. And I just have to say, though, I have known David for decades and I respect him so much. I feel like he has more integrity in his little finger than most people have in their whole body. And when I came to David and I said, look, I want your help with this one. This is it. This is going to be the forever company. We want to do what's right for people. He said, Stu, one of the only ways I'd be involved is I want to make sure that with these products, even though people can make a lot of money, they have to be able to win, even if they're not making money here. They have to be able to win with the products. And that's why I said, okay, you got that end of it. I trust you with my life. And he helped me bring a product to market right now, or all of us. He helped us bring it to market. That's something that actually, I believe, saved my daughter's life. And now we can bring it to the masses at an affordable price, and it's in their body in 4 seconds. So as excited as I am about the comp plan, because I'm a comp plan guy, the compensation plan is what gets me excited. The first company I was in was a life insurance company. I was selling life insurance. I was a 19-year-old kid, didn't have a wife or kids. No need to have the product whatsoever. So I didn't even own the product at that time, but I made a lot of money selling the product, and the compensation plan wasn't even that great. So now that I know we have products that are changing lives and people win whether they make money here or not, I said, okay, well, what's next? The compensation plan. It wasn't just me. It was even our leadership. I got everybody involved and we had a giant think tank. And I said, what are the key pieces of this thing that we need so that we can be the best? And we can not just give people their forever home, but so they can know there really isn't a better home, not to be prideful. And the neatest part of the X plan for me, our compensation plan, is that just like our products, our slogan is something for everyone. Our compensation plan has something for everyone. If you want to just get involved and just get a handful of customers and get your products for free, you can do that here. But we also have the easiest qualifications if you want to go all the way to the top of the company and have the top position with the company. And I put a lot of the compensation plan, about 80% of it, into a part where it actually helps the average person win. And I don't believe anybody's average. I believe everybody's extraordinary. When I meet people, I know just what an amazing world we live in because of how talented and amazing they are. It blows my mind all the time. But the reality is some people do better than others in compensation plans. Why? Because they work harder. Well, in our compensation plan, I wanted it set up where if the leadership works hard, then folks that can't work as hard or wouldn't would also be blessed by it. So one of the major things about our compensation plan is we've got a part where somebody could come in here that's never been a superstar anywhere before and actually make it to the top of the compensation plan and make more money here than anywhere else. So there's multiple pieces of it, but I would say our biggest claim to fame is this. Anybody can do a little bit and get a lot out of our X plan. And that's not like that in other companies.
I do have to say that I appreciate that because in general, network marketing has the statistics, and really not network marketing, just businesses and solopreneur world, right? Whether it's insurance or whether it's real estate, whether they all have the same 5% do extremely well, 95%. Well, good luck. You're going to be in the drought until one day, maybe, hopefully, all the different variables. So the fact that you're thinking about the 95% population is extremely, extremely important. And that's something that gets me excited from a core values perspective. And I genuinely appreciate that. Really, really do.
Hey, Ali,
Yeah.
can we just add one quick thing?
Yeah,
to it?
please. Yeah.
I don't talk about this enough, I believe. I remember before I lived in California for 40 years. Don't hold that against me. I've moved out of there and I love California. I'm not saying anything bad about it. But when I lived there, I remember seeing the California Lotto and one person won $400 million that week. And all I kept thinking is, man, why didn't they draw 400 tickets for $1 million each, right? Or 800 tickets for 500,000 each, change more lives. So our compensation plan is set up to spread the wealth out. But because of that, I believe our leaders will make more money here than anywhere else as well. The old, saying, help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. That's our motto when it comes to the X plan.
I love that. I love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our very first break. But when we do come back, we're going to talk about the ecosystem of xosialX and that secret of that best-selling book that you just heard about. Stick with us. We will be right back.
What if every time you powered up, your wallet did too? What if wellness wasn't just about feeling better, but earning better? Welcome to the X Plan by xosialX, where energy, wellness, and wealth collide. Try it once. Get paid fast. They love it. You earn for life. They share it. Your income multiplies. Yes, one simple share can trigger weeks, months, even years of income. And the deeper it grows, the bigger it gets. But we're just getting started. Bring 3. Show them how. Watch it multiply. This isn't theory, it's math, and it works. Lock in lifetime earnings with your first 3. This is momentum on autopilot. Add your 4th person, and boom, another income stream unlocks. Your 5th? Another. Your 6th? Another. Automated, unlimited, and all yours. This is the profit-sharing system. Nobody else has it. Nobody else can. When you lead, we reward you. Bonus after bonus. Leadership overrides. Generational earnings that never stop. Build a team of 7 builders and unlock up to $89,200 in bonus cash. Not hype, not someday. This is what's happening right now. This isn't about being a sales pro. It's about choosing to share what's real. The products, the system, the lifestyle. You're one decision away from financial freedom. The time is now. Get social. Be exceptional. Experience the most earning potential with the X Plan. Join xosialX today and start earning your time and life back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ali Medad with the ME Show, and I'm super excited to have 2 geniuses that I can't even believe that I am lucky enough and blessed enough to be interviewing on our platform. But we're talking all things xosialX and the impact that is being created. David, I'd love to come to you if you'd be okay. 4 categories as #1 bestseller as we speak right now. #1 in beauty and fashion skincare. #1 in skincare. #1 in nanotechnology. #1 in antioxidants and phytochemical. Did I say it right?
Yes.
I think I did. My goodness, my English as a second language teacher would be so proud of me right now. Usually there's that one word and I got it all. But let me just say, with 4 seconds to forever as #1 Amazon bestseller in these 4 categories, how does this momentum, if you will, boost the credibility and the potential for every xosialX potential user or affiliate?
Well, it allows our associates to go out there and not be the expert. They don't have to have a medical degree. They don't have to, know all the science behind the products. They don't even have to know how to explain the comp plan. Stu's made it so easy with the videos and that he's done and things. But I just believe that xosialX is, you go out, you send it to 5 people. Stu and I were talking before the program here, is if somebody has a marketing budget, they get into the business, they're going to learn along the way. Most people aren't salespeople, so let's not make them salespeople. That's an undue pressure that you put on people. We want to do 3 things: have them make a difference, have fun, and then they'll make money. Right? So our game plan was really simple. You come out with the book becomes the expert, and the person giving it out is just the tour guide, right? So you go out there, the book is pretty amazing. It allows people. So we know beauty, health, and wellness is what we all talk about. But health and beauty is what we really want. So in your body and my body, people are we're all vanity driven. What's in it for me? How do I look? What's it going to do for me? Right? So the whole idea is the skin is the largest organ in your body. Think about that. It's the largest organ in your body. It is also a mirror. Right? Because the health of your outsides are determined by the health of your insides. So, and if you're going to come out with in the health and wellness space and beauty space, you want to have a product that really lets people see the difference in changes, and that's in your skin. The skin's the largest organ in your body. Every 25 to 38 days, depending on your age, your outer skin replicates. It dies and you push through new cells to new skin. So what happens there is, wait a second, we started noticing, Stu and I will laugh at this, but I'd get on a webinar and I go, Stu, your skin looks amazing. What did you do? And then there's somebody else, there's a cowboy, there's Doug Glaze in Tennessee or wherever he is. And he goes, yeah, you look great. And it's a bunch of men saying, hey, your skin looks great. And then we started to realize, well, this product is amazing, not just for men, but for women and for men. And it's vanity driven and it shows. When you take a product, the problem with most products are, hey, they go in your body, they do some good, but you can't see it. You don't really feel any different, but this is completely different, right? So the book really dramatizes the story of, to get people's attention, you have to show them some results. The biggest, quickest, fastest results are your outside of your skin. It's the largest organ in your body, and it produces cells. So let's go take step 2, and I'll hand it back to you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Why is it so successful? Because the glutamate glutathione product that we have and the xanthamus plus work inside and outside the cell. So they help create healthy cells so that your cells, as you're listening to me, you have trillions of cells. 3 million cells are dying, 3 million are replicating. This skin that's on your face that's dying and going away every month or so is being pushed. What's being pushed behind it are cells, new skin cells. Health of your cells determines the health of your skin, turns over in 25 to 38 days. How's that for being able to show that your product works? And also does vitality, energy, focus, concentration, supports your 11 vital organ systems, but they see your skin.
I love that. It's and look, I think the best way, and you said it best, I feel like your skin is like the check engine light of your own body, right? Like if something is coming out of your skin, that's your little hint, tell something is not right.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Stuart, if I can come back to you, it just seems like we're blending wellness, tech, social sharing into one ecosystem. How does that benefit someone? And to your point, David, we don't want to force people to be, salespeople, but just to be excited and have fun and, share a great product while they feel good. Talk to us about that ecosystem. How does that kind of set a little bit of an approach that makes things a little bit simpler, I guess I would say?
Yeah, I would just have to say, and everybody knows it already, the world is different now. It's a different place, where it used to be, hey, I may want to do something for a side hustle or a side gig or whatever you want to call it. Now it's, I have to, almost, for most people. And they're looking. And I always believed that if we could be the one-stop shop for that, where somebody could come along that doesn't know anything. I'm not knocking college or anything. My daughter's in college. She's almost through it. And I'm so proud of her, straight A's and everything. But the truth is, in my life, I didn't even graduate high school. And then I did go back and get my GED, but I haven't seen it since. Then I did go to college for 3 days. And the teacher said, hey, young man, are you in my class? And I said, I am today. I was hanging out with my friends and she kicked me out. That was my whole college career. And then I was like, reality set in. What am I going to do for a living? Right? Then I get in our industry and this industry embraces me. And I was blessed to be able to make millions of dollars and everything, at one point more money in a month than some people make in a whole year. And it was just crazy. And so I said, let's perfect that. Let's get into this industry and be the best company out there where somebody could come in with all the knowledge in the world or almost no knowledge, but using our systems, they could build a lifetime of residual income while doing what? helping people with their health and their wealth. And I guess the part that I would really like to add to that is my mom always said to me growing up, Stu, find something you do for free, then figure out a way to get paid for that. That's when you'll not only make the most money, that's when you'll be your happiest. Well, we help people with their health and their wealth. If you wouldn't help people with that for free, you're not the right person in my mind anyway. And so,
Wise woman indeed, huh?
gosh, yeah,
Happy belated Mother's Day, right?
many wise things and
Yeah.
good food. Too.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. That's awesome. Let's stick on social X and as far as that ecosystem and back to you, Stu, if you don't mind. The question is, who is the ideal person that would be the right person for social X? And while we know anybody and everybody, but how does somebody with no experience selling or social selling or network marketing position themselves in a place where they can earn right away?
So we literally give you everything you need and it's free. I mean, people are blown away. They're like, how could we get all this for free when we've spent millions of dollars on these tools? But we give you an app for your phone that's free. It's got all the videos and all the tools and the PDFs, everything in it. And you could literally, if you can use your phone, which if you can send a text message, you can build this whole business. So we've created a system where anybody can succeed. And it's by you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You just need to follow the plan that we've put in place. And really, that's the biggest secret to this thing is don't reinvent the wheel, we're telling people. Just do what we've given you for free and then watch up what happens. You'll wake up in total shock one day at what you can build for your family's sake.
Yeah, David, the credibility factors obviously definitely, and I love the fact that you've written a book that's going to be truly used as a tool that documents the whole process and what people need. It's almost like just read this or just watch this or listen to this. But we live in a world, I'm sure you would agree with me, gentlemen, where AI, automations, funnels, everything is just like one click and one swipe and one. Does the app address and simplify what would be considered by most a scary, complex world of technology?
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt, David, but
no,
I just
Stu, you take that one. You were Stu was a big part. It's a big part of the app. So go for it.
I'm so excited about it. I'm not, other than sending an email once in a while and some text messages, I'm the least techie guy you know. And the app will even teach people what to do on social media and everything, and it's all free. So the answer is yes. If you'll just use this app, you can literally build a whole social X business anywhere that we are in all the countries all around the world. So the answer is yes.
Got it. David, how does social X link directly to the success you've already created with a very well-documented career in the brand CTFO? Is there any correlation or any connection that you see from products and services to have the same exact impact via social X?
I think the thread that goes through it is all of the companies that I've ran are two public companies that I've also ran, one founded one. At the end of the day, I don't care whether you're the CEO, the president, we're salespeople. Yep. We're staunch supporters of our products. We're proud of them. And we believe that we can make a difference, like I said before, and help the people make a difference, have fun, make money. So I just believe here, the book is a good example. Stu and I were talking after the weekend a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "What'd you do this weekend?" I said, I wrote a book about the future. Nutracosmetics, combining the nutrition industry, the cosmetic industry, and its nutracosmetics. It'll 10 times the nutrition business on its own in the future. And I think I hit it. And I think that the book, I did it in my career prior. You asked about those successes. Everywhere I would come into an industry, financial industry, insurance industry, supplement industry, whatever. And, I wanted to be considered the expert so that people would respect and it would further the company. It would lead the company. So I wrote in 3 different industries, 3 different books. I did it the first time, I did it again the second time, the third time, and every one of them positioned me as an expert. And I leveraged our whole team and company and salespeople so that we use the book. Again, the people don't have to become the experts. They can become the storyteller. They can become the tour guide. And I think for mass marketing, what you guys were talking about earlier about building a sales team and the pay plan, et cetera, you got to make it fun. So when the book becomes the real star, You just lead the way. So I think we did it here. I did it because I wanted to drive our place in the industry. Why do we matter? Why do our products matter? Let's not be the secret in the industry. Let's be the leader of the industry. And I think that's what we captured, the nutracosmetics industry, a combination between beauty and nutrition. And I think we're in the lead, and that industry is going to take us. And the sales teams that we bring in, along with the support staff, everybody's going to benefit the same.
That is amazing. And we're going to take one more commercial break. And definitely, you're going to want to stick around, because before we start the third segment, I got some giveaways that you're going to want to be part of. So stick around. Don't touch that cell phone if you're driving, because I love you. And we'll be right back.
What if you could wake up every single day feeling unstoppable? Not just because your life is suddenly easier, but because your mind is clear and your energy is balanced. You finally feel in control. I know it sounds like a dream, but it doesn't have to be. You're trying. You're pushing through the exhaustion, the stress, the mental fog, showing up for your family, your career, your goals. But let's be honest, it's hard to give your best when you're running on empty. So, what if there was a better way? A way to fuel your body and mind naturally. No crashes, no jitters. Just steady, clean energy that keeps you balanced and focused no matter what life throws at you. Look, we're all striving to excel in work, striving to show up for our loved ones, striving to carve out time for our own passions. But to thrive, we need more than just a quick fix. We need something that works not just with our body to build energy, but with our mind to build clarity, to build resilience from the inside out. This is why the product Exhilarate works. It's not just another energy drink, it is a breakthrough. It is powered by nature, combining GABA for calm focus, adaptogens for stress and support, and potent antioxidants to help us recover faster and feel better longer. It is clean energy for the modern world that's filled with unclean things. I mean, imagine fueling your day with something that doesn't just give you a boost, but nourishes your body and mind. Imagine energy that helps you stay focused, balanced, and ready to take on whatever comes next. You deserve this. You deserve more than just to keep up. You deserve to excel. Click the link down below and try it for yourself and feel the difference. This is your moment. Don't let it pass you by.
Welcome back, beautiful people. Ali Midawi at the ME Show. Man, I am so excited. So look, you know me, I love to give. And if I get excited about who I'm interviewing, and if I feel the passion about what we're talking about, I get a little generous. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the social media assets, or the channels, if you will, of xosialX in our copy with this very same episode, along with the website. And for anyone who does these very specific things, all right, you got to pay attention. All right, you ready? Number one, you got to either follow or connect or like whatever platform that you are using, right? So you need to either follow, connect, like the page, subscribe, whatever platform that you're using. Number two, you need to comment something in the actual page, whether you're like a product, whether you like a service, just comment something positive, right? Give some love, share that positivity, baby. There's a lot of crazy things in the world and people hate for no reason. So it's time for us to love for no reason. Number three, share in your story something that you value, or share in your platform something that you value from any of the platforms that you are seeing right now. So like or subscribe or connect or follow. Make sure that you comment something nice and share. And here's why we're going to do this. For the first, you ready for this? For the first 50 people who do what I just told you right now, we're going to give a 2-night, 3-day complimentary vacation to Mexico, all inclusive. This is drink, lodging, and beverage. No, we can't pay for your taxes. You got to cover that on your own. But it is $1,000 trip that we're going to comp for you. You can use it whenever you want. No, it is not a timeshare. No, Stuart or David or I do not get a commission or get paid from it. No, we are not collecting your data or selling it. We hate that stuff. We just truly want to share the love with you for engaging in live in a little bit of love for us. So again, like, comment, share, do all those beautiful things. Make sure that when you share, you tag xosialX, and I promise you, we're gonna give you a 2-night, 3-day. This is for the only very first 50 people, so you better get on it, because I have a feeling Stuart and David are gonna say, "Hey, I'll take one of those for me." So we're down to 48. All right, let's get back into it. Stuart, your story the first day that we've met, and you told me about, you and your wife and conceiving, and just such a powerful, powerful story. I'd love if you can take a moment, if it's okay and appropriate for you, of course, to share a little bit about that, and then kind of lead us to what does that mean for you in terms of an impact on a global scale for the audience that's going to engage with xosialX.
I would love to, and I'm going to try to keep it together, everybody, because this story, every time I share it, it gets me. But I'll just tell you from my heart, my whole life was changed because of what happened as a result of this story. And it's really interesting, everybody. I think we're going to be known as the company that is the king of under promising and over delivering. David put together the most incredible product line I've ever seen. And I said something kind of funny to him last week. I said, David, you mean to tell me we're going to have people taking these two products in particular because they want their wrinkles to go away, ladies, guys, whatever, but it's going to create a whole body total health situation for them in their life? He goes, yeah, that's what it's about, Stu. We're going to go after vainness, but don't worry, we're going to help people with total health, right? Like, okay, they blink 3 times, go for the throat. It was, we've got something they all need, and we've got the best way to get it out there. Well, what I'm excited about is one of those 2 products changed my life forever. And yes, on some of our other products, I've lost over 50 pounds, and I've been struggling with my weight since I was 7 years old. I'm 59 now, about to be 60. I'll be at my lowest weight since I was 7 in the next few months here. I'm so excited. I'll be at my ideal weight for the first time. That changed my life. But what changed my life even more is a little over 20 years ago, we had 3 miscarriages and lost 3 children. It was terrible. I remember on the 3rd one, literally driving home 2:00 in the morning, numb from the hospital, cost us $15,000 to not have a baby. Talk about a ripoff. It was something called an emergency D&C. But here's the crazy part. We were just going to adopt. We said, okay, adoption's for someone. It must be for us. The doctors talked us into trying one more time. 4th pregnancy, 3 months into it, all the same symptoms. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. Then I found out about something called glutathione. That's the only thing we did different. And then within 3 days, my wife got better. And then all of a sudden, I had a beautiful daughter. And she's now 21 years old. 21 years old, right? That I wouldn't trade for all the money in the world. But here's what you need to know. That product, it's so much bigger than I ever imagined, but it used to be kind of reserved for the rich and famous, and you needed to get injections, and it was very expensive, hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars a week or a month. Well, now because of what David put together, we get to, and our special patent pending technology, we get to bring that product to the world for about $3 a day. So what I'm saying is I'm getting to be a part of bringing that to the masses at a price everyone can afford. And I know what it can do because I saw it firsthand, and I know what it's doing for people. So I believe we're going to be known as the company that under promises and over delivers. And I can't wait. We already have tens of thousands of people using the products, but I can't wait for there to be millions because I know the impact it's going to have.
I love that. David, I know that in a career that you've had, you've seen a lot of what most people may even call miracles, right? Like things that shouldn't have happened. Tell us about some of your favorite stories, if they're appropriate for this platform, on, some extraordinary results that people have had that you anticipate that, God willing, we can do the same exact thing with xosialX.
If your skin is getting better in 25 to 38 days and it's turning over, you have the best opportunity to be able to try a product that's working you use on your insides. I still want men and women to buy the most phenomenal skincare products in their routine from the outside, but we have to remember that that's just the half of your skin. It's not even touching the other half. Why is the other half so important? Because that's where your cells are. And your cells are replacing the dead skin cells with new skin cells. So the story is not complicated. Technology-wise, it was very complicated. The patent pending proves that, and our lead on the industry. So I would just say that for everybody out there, look, when you wake up and you're you're motivated, you got plenty of energy, your vitality. You're up. My mother, she's up. She's 94 years old. She's up, and people are chasing her, keeping after her, running down the street from where she lives. So I just would say that we're a firm that is focused on the technology, but we know people need to see results within a short period of time, or have other people recognize the difference in them, or they move on to other products. When you take our products, you don't go anywhere.
I love that. And you definitely kept that compliant, but I can guarantee you my wife is going to be on my neck tonight. You need to give me all of this stuff that I heard about today. I got to tell you, she's been using the products. Shout out to Evelyn Monroe, as Evie, as you guys call her. She sent, a few products for my wife to try. And, she's like, look at my nails. Look at my nails. I look like a Catwoman. Look at my nails. Her nails growing, and she's very happy about that. And we are very, very, very familiar with just the mangosteen component. She was born and raised in Colombia, and it's a big, big element in Colombia. And I remember when we went there for the first time, I probably ate more mangosteen enough for a lifetime, because I was like, I gotta get as much as possible, because you couldn't get it out of the country. So I definitely see the value. I'd love to come back to you, Stuart, if it's okay, for people that feel the burnout. Like, man, Stuart, I've gone through every opportunity. I've heard so many stories. Why am I to trust xosialX? And I say this with love and respect to you. And obviously, I know the value, but there's always that one person who's been traumatized by the wrong companies or the wrong individuals. And I'd love for you to just kind of let them know, come home, and here's why.
Yeah. And I've had it happen to me in the industry with several companies where I was at the top and I was making good money, and then they cut the compensation plan and I lost a chunk, but I was still okay because of how much I was making. Then I had people making $3, $4, $5, $6, $7,000 a month that went to 1, 2, and 3, that their whole life got messed up. And so I get it. I understand it. And I would just say, I always bring it back to this one thing. I never wanted to own my own company. This company was not started by a businessman, me, looking for profit. It was started by someone in our industry that just wanted a safe place to work, a place that could be the forever home. And I can guarantee you this is my last company. I'm never doing another thing in this industry. This is it right now. And our whole goal is to be your forever home. We understand that without all of you, the people that are building the company, gathering the customers and everything, we have nothing. We get it. So we know we have to do everything in our power to take care of you. I'm not saying, by the way, it's going to be perfect all the time. We have a rule here. If you come into our company and you see something and you think you have a better idea or a different way to do it, you've got to give me 5 minutes to explain to you why we've been there, done that. And if we don't have a good reason why that doesn't make sense, we'll do it. Yeah. We don't care where the good idea comes from. We're not prideful here. We want the good idea for our people. But the main thing is we want to just do what makes sense for the families first. That's the key. If we take care of the families, everything else will take care of itself.
I love that. If we take care of the families, everything else take care of itself. Mr. David, for anybody watching, what is that? What is that call to action for anyone listening right now? What would you like the next step to be to control time, to control energy, to control income? What is your call to action?
I would say if the they're still on this, watching this show, name of the book is 4 Seconds to Forever. It's on Amazon. Go there. And if you're not a Kindle member, you go to the Amazon.com and put it in there and search. But that way there's 2 things I'm going to ask you to do is, you can go to the book and read a sample, the first chapter or 2, and then make your decision before you spend any money. If you're not blown away, just X out and go. And that's the way. And then when you do get into it, the business, or purchase the products as well, then do the same thing to other people. Go to your phone and look at your text list of people the last 20 days or last month and pick out 5 of them a week. And you can send on the page, you can send it to them from Amazon for free, the book, and they'll charge you $2.99 for the book charge and sending it to them. That's $15 budget a week, $60 a month. That'll connect you with 20 people that you have to follow up on. And again, the book becomes the expert. You become the tour guide, make a difference, have fun, make money.
That's awesome. And I appreciate you for that. That was so detailed. This is what you call somebody who's extremely structured, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, in the copy itself, there is the link of the book and every website and social media platform that you need for your next steps. David, I'm going to come back to you. And then again, I'm going to come back to you. Actually, Stuart first. And then David, stick with me. Let's close with one sentence, if you will. Stu, we'll start with you. xosialX is the future because fill in the blank.
Because we're going to do the right thing 100% of the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement documented all the way across the internet. And I love a man that says, I'm going to call it for what it is. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I love that. Mr. David, same exact thing goes for you if you don't mind. xosialX is the future because
you never have to second guess the company. The company's always looking out for you.
That's awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know for a fact I fell in love with the mindset and the heart set of the person, first of all, who introduced me to you, and that is Evelyn Monroe. And Evelyn and I go for a couple of years now, and we always say, if you say to move forward with anything, I'm moving forward with anything. You have a fan in here. You have, God willing, a working partner. We would love to help you, assist you, work with you, and just get everybody in the world to identify the best and probably the easiest decision that they can make. We're even putting, what we say, 50 vacations. That's about $50,000 worth of trips that we just comped. We want to put our money where our mouth is. For everybody that's listening and has either done business with us or has worked with us, or you've just listened to us and kind of use us as a resource for your decision making, I know for a fact the value of these products first and foremost. I usually have a rule when it comes to any product, network marketing or not. Will I take this product if there is no compensation plan? And if the answer is absolutely, then that is the right decision to get involved with the company. The second decision usually for me is the individuals involved in my success. Are they vested in me, or are they just looking for me when I'm in a Zoom or I'm bringing in one more person or one more, enrollments and whatnot? And the last decision that I usually look forward to is the compensation plan, or the X plan, as we call it. Is it robust enough that everyday average person, whether it is an 18-year-old straight out of high school or my mom who's ready to retire to make some extra income, is it simple enough to make a simple decision? And I think we got a check, and a check. I'm super excited to feature this message. Gentlemen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to get your story, to document it, and much, 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 much more. I know that we have many of these stories that we're going to be sharing, and I'm just excited. Mr. Stu will give you the last minute for any final remarks, and then we'll go to Mr. David before we wrap it up.
Well, Ali, I want to first of all thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. This is a blessing, and I'm praying it's going to bless many people out there.
Sure.
This is my final thought, though. My heart says give everybody in the whole world the products for free so that they can try them, because I believe it'll bless them and it'll be good. But my wallet says nobody can afford that. Not even the richest man alive, right? Or woman. Nobody can afford to do that. So we created 100% 2-month money back guarantee on a 1-month supply. And think about this, Ollie. I've never heard about this anywhere else on the planet. It not only comes with your purchase price, shipping, handling, taxes, every nickel, but you don't even have to send anything back to us. You can try any of the products or all of the products. And if you're not happy within a few months, we'll give you all your money back. And our returns are less than like 0.25%. It's the lowest returns in the industry. Why? Because the products work. So I feel like we have everything people are looking for here, and we're excited to help people and be in business with them.
Love it. Love it. Mr. David.
I would just say that it's in your moments of indecision that your future is shaped. Think clearly about what you heard today, and then go to the book, the person who sent you, or go to the site 4 seconds to forever. Do what we say, get the book, or review a sample of the book right now. And that's on Amazon. Make a difference. Yep, make a difference. Have fun. Make money.
Love it. And ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you check the copy for all the links and all the next steps for you. Keep in mind, money back guarantee for 2 months. That's unheard of, by the way. That is insane. You talk about I know for a fact my stuff works. I dare you to try it. That's exactly it. Keep in mind that everything that was shared, it is intended for education and for also a little bit of infotainment, as we call it, information with a little bit of entertainment. Always check with your health experts before you make any decision. And we look forward to collaborating with you. Let us know which was your favorite part of this episode. And keep in mind, we're giving away those vacations. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, make sure you tag, make sure you share. And we look forward to seeing you. A huge kudos and shout out to the Emmy Studios team, Tanya Tanika, our Chief Technology Officer, Claudia Maritza, our COO, for keeping the lights on and keeping us moving forward, and our production team. We could be nothing without you. You are the greatest at everything that we do. Until next time, have a blessed
What
day,
if
everybody.
the secret to radiant skin, boundless energy, and ageless vitality only took 4 seconds? In his best-selling book, In 4 Seconds to Forever, David D'Arcangelo reveals cutting-edge secrets behind skincare and energy, powered by science and nanotechnology. A #1 bestseller in 4 Amazon categories. This isn't hype. It's transformation backed by results. From the inside out, discover how just 4 seconds a day can unlock your best self. Get your copy of 4 Seconds to Forever, available now on Amazon. Don't wait forever. Your transformation starts in 4 seconds.